today we'll be going over the Titan Thor build by Ulf Hedner. I'll drop all the links down below. I'm going to start with a quick overview of what is the Titan Thor build and how it works. So it all starts with Mjolnir.
Mildnodjor.
You got these one-handed maces. They grant skill. When you equip these, it adds Thunder God Wrath to your skills. And what you do is you socket these with spells because this Thunder God Wrath is a trigger. You build up energy, you hit the cap, and it triggers your socketed spells. So that's why attack speed is very important with this build. We're using a belt like Darkness Enthroned. It's going to double the effect of socketed items. So I get 30% attack speed here. You know, you take a look at the passive tree. We're picking up lots of attack speed nodes like Sand in the Eyes. There's more attack speed here. Come down, attack speed, attack speed. So we're stacking lots of attack speed, more skill speed. Skill speed also works. That's why we have the skill speed runes. I'm not going to go into every detail on how to do the build. Now, I do want to say that this build is very fun. I really like the idea of this build. You know, it's really a very good warrior archetype where I've got two dual-wielding Mjolnirs, thunder weapons, and they proc very nice lightning spells. So along with Thunder God's Wrath, now this is not an ability. Your main ability is going to be Bone Shatter, and you juice it up with even more attack speed, like rapid attacks. Rage 3 gives you a bunch of attack speed. Rigwald's Ferocity, all the good stuff. And then, of course, Defy. Defy works with the Viper Cap. This is a very popular helmet in Path of Exile. It makes you surrounded, so you can use lots of different tech like this Defy gem. So you can run out of mana and still cast your ability. So mana is really not an issue. It's one thing I really like about this build. You can run... You know, you run into those mobs that drain your mana. You don't have to worry about that. You get a map with Mana Siphon. You don't have to worry about that. It's basically a one-button build. So, again, Bone Shatter's your main ability. It's movement tech. Zooms you around. It procs. You can see the ball lightnings. And that's from our second Mjolnir.
That's Icelandic for Jonathan.
We have ball lightning in that one, and this one's double arc. And what that does is the arc is essentially a chain lightning. So after several hits, you can see, boom, it chain lightnings. Survivability, you're pretty tanky. You get a lot of armor, not so much health. You know, as long as you're capped on your resistances and a lot of armor, it does feel pretty tanky. You're also using one of these Undying Hate jewels, and what that does is changes this so you can get Sacrifice of Flesh. You know, 20% of the life loss is prevented, and then 150% of life loss prevented this way is lost over 4 seconds. So it's kind of a damage reduction, smooths it out, so those really big hits, it kind of smooths them over, so it's not so bad. So as far as survivability is pretty good. Map clearing's pretty good. Bossing could be better. If you can optimize this build fully, if you've got a big budget, as spoiler, it's a expensive one, it will handle bosses very well. I'm trying to do these builds on a budget, right? I'm not trying to spend hundreds of divines to really make a build work. My goal is to spend maybe 20 to 30 divine at most, and then see how these builds feel. Attack speed right here. Divines, about 7.5. So you want 2 of these, you're going to be spending 15, 16 divine just on these talismans. What? So you need 2 here. You're supposed to get 2 in the gloves. I saw triple flat damage and thought that would kind of be pretty good, having all that flat damage. I don't think that was the play. I kind of screwed up. I got one with 1 socket. You can see now we're starting at 20 divine. This is what I wanted to show you is the problem. And these don't even have the attack speed runes. So you're starting at 20, it goes to 25, 30 divine real quick. Not only this, say 20 to 30 divine for gloves, but then you have to get these attack speed talisman. Now you're talking, now you're at 30, 40, 45 divine for a pair of gloves.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
So the two jewels I could afford is your From Nothing Diamond and the Undying Hate. Very cheap, no problem. And we go Megalomaniac Diamond. Now, this is very important for the build, is you need this dynamism, right? And what that does is give you 40% increased damage if you've triggered a skill recently, which we're doing all the time. Recently in this game, if you didn't know, 4 seconds. You're supposed to get this on a Megalomaniac Diamond, and you come take a look. Again, they're starting at about 20 divine. Now keep in mind, I have already spent many divines getting this build to where it is, and I'm still a long ways away from really optimizing this build. Let's keep the tally here. 65 divine. Let's keep it going. What's the next one? Heart of the Well diamond. Let's take a look at a Heart of the Well diamond. Lightning damage. Extra lightning damage. So these start... There's only 3. Let's go somewhere in the middle. We'll say another 15 divine for that. So now we're at, what, 80 divine? And we're not done yet.
You serious?
All right, let's keep it going. What else do we need? Prism of Belief. Yeah, that's a good one. Prism of Belief. They start at 20 divine, and these are for the poopy ones. Level 1. Not really worth 20 divine to just get 1 level. Level 2s. What we're looking for here is 3. So if I type in 3... 130 divine, 150 divine.
$100. I was like, bitch.
So we're at 80 divine plus 130. Call it 210 divine. And we're not done yet. Let's keep going. Against the Darkness, we just want lightning damage. And because everybody knows Deadeye's the popular build.
Yeah, boy.
Extra lightning damage. That's what I'm looking for from the notables. Just one thing I need. They start at 12 divine. It's actually not too bad. I think these might have come down a little bit. We'll say another 12 divine for this one. So we were at 210. I need another 220 divine to really make this build a lot more optimal. To do a quick baseline test, everybody's favorite, we'll do a breach boss. We'll go hit up Zesh so you can kind of see how this performs on a tier 3 Zesh with how I have it currently set up.
Okay.
It's not amazing. I'm just gonna say that, spoiler. Not the best. But here we go. We'll give it a whirl. We'll give it the old whirl. So you can see it kind of takes a minute to kind of spin up because you've got to land those hits to really start building up energy. Some of you may have builds already that clear better than this, a little smoother, but we get through it, you know. Here we got some loot. Okay, so at the start of your boss fights, what you want to do is drop your couple of orbs, drop the weakness and the sigil of power, and then you just start dumping. That's it. And then, so some of the animations can be kind of hard to see. Oh, there we go. We got him into the next phase. Not bad. Just keep hitting him. But see, a lot of my... Oh, fist. Watch out for the fist. Okay, nuking. You got to keep your mana up. You got to keep spamming your mana because the more mana you spend... Oh, and I died. I fudged. We almost had him. If I had enough attack speed and a little bit better stuff, that boss would have been dead like that, you know. That boss would have been shredded.
Stop the cap.
But I'm missing some stuff, and I can't really justify spending 220 divine. And I've spent right around 30 divine, at least a good solid 30 divine on this build. We did miss one jewel here. Not even a jewel, support gem, right? It's everybody's favorite, Rockiata's Flow.
Feel that. Tell me that doesn't feel like a cock.
This would help with the bossing for sure if I could get one of these. 17 divine. Another, so, you know, add it into the 220. Let's just round it up and call it a nice even 240 divines, what we're really lacking here. I really do like the build. I appreciate old Ulf Hedner, or however you pronounce your name. I'm not real sure. I appreciate the build. I like it. I really like the idea. For the time being, we're going to shift gears and we're going to try another build. If you enjoyed it, again, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.